May profits be upon you. Hey, did you catch your bus today? Did you catch your bus at the New York Open? There was a bus there for you, whether it was GU, EU, AU, NZDU. There was one there for you. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the one that you should have taken. All right. The one I should have taken as well, because I didn't catch it either. And I'll go over the one I actually took, which was a little early. All right. It was earlier than the actual bus, but I'm going to go over with them anyway. And I want to show you how to catch it the next time. I'm showing you in hindsight, of course. Yes, that's easy to do, but you have to train your eye in order to catch it, you know, in real time. You have to train your eye to catch, well, what to look for. All right. So that's why I'm going through the replay. All right. So that you can benefit from it. This is what I do to journal my trades, and I'm only sharing it with you. You understand? This is what I do for myself, and this is what you should be doing. All right. Either taking screenshots and typing out what you were thinking at the time of the trade, what you saw, and you know what you could have done better, maybe, or whatever. I'm doing it in video form, but I'm sharing it with you now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all of this. Okay. All right. And I'm going to walk us back. Replay. This is New York Open. Let's go a few minutes before that. It didn't work. Let's try that again. All right, there. This is about the time I wake up. 6:15. I don't come to the charts that early. I don't know why. I said that's the time I wake up. I wake up around 6:30. All right. So what am I looking at first? The first thing I want to do is go to the 15-minute. Actually, I want to go to the 1 hour. All right. I want to go to the 1 hour so I can get a feel. I have the CM time-based lines on. All right. That mark off the sessions. Asia, London. This is New York, and I'm waiting for that New York stripe to show. Right. So what do I have so far? All right, on the 1 hour. This is higher time frame. This is like daily and 4 hour, I believe. And yeah, I'm pretty sure. And I'm on the 1 hour. So I'm looking here during Asia and London. Is there some kind of order block or supply zone or demand zone that I need to be aware of, where I think price may come back and visit during New York, right? I see there's a breaker structure to the downside. So I'm wondering, are we going to see a return to impulse here? Are we going to see price come up during London? All right. So I'm making marks, you know, and I'm going to keep my head on a swivel. Okay. Like I said, this is when I'm going to advance a little bit because I'm way too early. It's 7 o'clock. Let's go. All right. That was just too much. Why can't I just stop when I need to? Why won't it give me this? There you go. I don't understand what just happened there. All right. So let's go to, I don't see anything I need to mark off other than the possibility of this order block here. All right, and I'm going to mark this off as a 1 hour order block. These are what I'm going to use for New York as my POIs, my point of interest. All right, this is a 1 hour, right? I said 1 hour. Thank God. I'll get it together one of these days. All right, so I got that. So in case price start traveling up here, I'm looking at that as a possible place that will reverse price. I can look for transition of price from bullish to bearish, and then I can take an entry, right? I'm going down to the 15-minute. Let me take a look at the 30 real quick. Do I see anything happen during the Asia session and London session? No, there's no new breaks of structure, nothing else. All right, so I'm on the 15. Now 15, I really look hard for possible order blocks that could reverse price. Now, what time is it now? It's 7:45. I got 15 minutes. All right. I got the clock on me, right? We see this bearish push down here during Asia. And right now, we see price chopping its way down. So I don't see anything, that's jumping out at me, as far as a return to structure, a retest of something of note, maybe here. So I'm gonna move this over to this, right? I'm gonna move that over to this, and this will be a, I don't even know what this one was. It's way up high. I'll keep it though. I'm gonna darken this in a little bit, and we're gonna put this as a 15. Okay, we're cooking. Let's go to the 5. All right, and then I'll push price along. All right, we see it making lows and highs and whatnot, getting lower. So I'm bearing in mind it may not make it all the way up there now. All right, maybe that's too high. Okay, and do I see price transitioning from bearish momentum to bullish momentum? I don't know. I'm looking at all of that. Okay, I'm looking at all of it, and I'm going to keep it in mind. All right, do I have a bearish order block here that I want to make note of? Yes, because I see price has come up here and tested it and then dropped pretty nicely. So I'm gonna bear that in mind. Just letting you know how I'm thinking during this whole process, right? We have a break of structure. You see 2 candle pullbacks and then a lower low. I'm looking at lower lows and lower highs and whatnot. We have a break of structure here. Okay. That's not what I wanted to. I don't know what that was. All right, that's too big. All right, we got a break here and then another low here, right? So I'm looking for a return to impulse. What impulsing order block will it return to? I'm looking at this structure here too. All right, and this is an order block. This is 5 minute. On the 10 minute, this will show as a bearish order block. Just take that doji out and move this over, and you'll see what it looks like on the higher time frames. So I'm going to bear that in mind as well. I'm going to keep this one, the bullish move, the last bullish move before the bearish takeover of sellers. All right. So I'm going to keep that in mind as well. All right. And we're coming down, and we're returning. I'm looking at this bullish price action here, right? Look at how strong those candles are. I see how price came down, rejected, and then the sellers took it over again and then came down. So I have my eye on this area. See how it was tested here? See how it was tested here? That is indicating to me that there are more sell orders in there than a little bit. All right, and we're coming up to it, and look what time it is. We got 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes till showtime. This looks good. If I start to see price transitioning, and giving me my head and shoulder kind of pattern where it breaks a low, breaks a significant low, comes up and respects that high and comes down, and it hits the order block that's up here for the right shoulder. Hey, as long as it doesn't break that invalidation point, that protected high, which is what the order block is for. Oops. I will take a trade there. So now I'm blowing this up. And because we got 5 minutes, I'm going down to the 1 minute because I want to watch every candle. What time does that say? Dang, that says 8 o'clock. Dog, every time I go lower, TradingView got to fix that. Anyway, so I'm also looking at this order block here. All right, are we going to break this high? We're going to break these highs because there is liquidity up on these highs. All right, so I'm gonna do this. This is what I do. Now you ain't got to do it. All right, this is what I do. I put a little dollar sign up there and say price may come up here and sweep for this liquidity for people who are taking shorts and people who have breakout trade pendings for longs, right? But I'm also noticing that order block there, the engulfer here, all right? And I'm noticing this is the move. This is the bullish move before the down move, right? So I think I have this one well placed. I'm looking up here. I'm saying, if price gets past here, where would it return to as far as a return to impulse? Is there a mark up here, an order block down up here that has done something? I don't see that just yet. So I'm going to keep my eye on that area. I'm looking at this where the bearish order block has this area already. And I believe that's I don't even remember, a 5 minute or 10 minute. I'm not sure which one it was. All right, so here we are. Now the next candle should bring in the new session. Where is the advancement? There you go. Yep, there you go. Oh, and it's going up. So we've already swept. We've already swept this. That becomes an X. All right, and this I'm looking for price to transition while it's in here. Now, if it waits till if it breaks this order block, I'll be looking for it to transition from bullish to bearish up here. But I'm noticing along the way that price is creating liquidity points called internal liquidity. This, I'm not going to go into it here, but this is internal liquidity. All right. Outside, this is external liquidity. This is external liquidity. All right. The inside liquidity seeks external liquidity. External liquidity seeks inside liquidity. Once these are knocked out by price, coming up past them, right, and snagging them up, all right, testing this order block, by the way, then I will look for price to sweep all of these for the liquidity for people who are taking longs and people who have pending orders for breakout trades to take shorts and break that low. All right, we're in a bearish market, so I'm looking for sells. All right, I'm not look at, you haven't seen me mention a buy yet, even though we see price has transitioned. Right, I don't want to take a buy into supply. I won't do it. I won't do it until I see a good reason to do so. All right, so as we continue, what do we got? Price is continuing higher, and we've made a bearish engulfer inside of this supply, right? So now I'm wondering, all right, we've taken this, we didn't just wick past these liquidity points. So I'm wondering about this double top over here. Is price going to transition before it takes these out, or are we going up higher to this this bearish order block? Let's see. All right, price is coming down. Look at that. All right, now remember, the Aussie news has already came out, and the Aussie was weakened. The currency was weakened by it. All right, we've come down. We've met this bullish order block here. Looks like we've been respecting bullish order flow so far, right? But are we, after a break of structure, aren't we looking for a return to impulse? So that's what I'm looking for. Still, I'm looking for a return to impulse. Now, I'm just waiting for price to transition from bullish to bearish. All right, and once I start to see price start to make respecting more bullish order blocks and bullish order flow, and creating another what do you call it, a break, start breaking structure to the upside. I'm starting to, that's when I was starting to think maybe should start looking for buys, but not at this point. Here we go. Let's continue. All right, we're coming down. All right, so right now, am I seeing price transition? That would be my first question. Am I seeing price transition here? Am I convinced of it yet? No. You know why? Because I want to see lows being broken. Once I see lows broken, I like to see this. Boom, 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 boom. I want to see some lows broken and then come back. I need to see this daylight in here. All right. And then come back and test that order block up here and then come down. That's what I want to see. This has fooled me plenty of times. All right. See, look at it. Look at it. I would have got fooled. All right. So it came up higher. Now see that what do you call it? It has my attention. Why? Because it came up and tested this order block at the head of what could be potentially the head for this, and for this. That right there, I'm thinking, did I miss my opportunity here? No, I did not. Why? Because I broke one short-term low. I didn't break two short-term lows, and I didn't break this structural, this higher low here that made this higher high. So I got my teeth gritted right now, but I'm still thinking that I'm in the right, and I need to be patient, and I'm going to hold patient. That's what I'm going to do. All right. But I'm still looking at this as a possible left shoulder, head, right shoulder. I'm looking at that. I'm wondering if we're going to get another test, or will I see a break of this low, of that higher low, which made that higher high. And look at price. Look at price. That's all I needed. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Right. Now this is a wick low. All right. I like, when I see a wick low, I usually think liquidity grab. All right. When I see a close below that, then I say, okay, price is intending to go lower. So that's where my thinking is. Finally got a close below that. Now I'm already set. I'm like ready. If price comes back up here, I'm going to put my stop loss above at least. I want at least 2 pips. I like 2 pips. I don't need it, but 1.8. Oh, there you go. All right. I need to move it down a little bit. Oh man, what am I doing? All right. I need to move this down. There you go. I got it on the line now. All right. So I'm waiting for price to come up here and test this area, because I believe I may have the left shoulder, the head, and a right shoulder, and I'm going to catch this right shoulder pop here. I'm going to catch this right shoulder pop here. All right. This would be because I broke, let me see, because I broke that low, this low, and this one. I'm looking for a return to impulse. And that impulse could be here, or it could be here, which is a very, they're right on top of each other. So where would I put my entry? Right in the middle, right in the middle, and hope it doesn't hit at the bottom of this wick. All right, because this is what you have here is an inefficient price move. Now look for price to come back up here and touch and mitigate that order block, because it has to balance that insufficient price move, the imbalance. Let me write that in there. Okay. All right. So I got good reason to think price is going to come back up here. Where it's going to land, I don't know. Here we go. Oh, look, it's already up. It's already coming. It's going to take care of that imbalance. Look at that. All the way up. We are in there. Now, all I'm hoping for is price doesn't violate that protected high, so respects the head, and I want to set some TPs. Where am I going to set my TPs? At the low. This is going to be my one of my lows here. I always go a little bit before that for my TP. You can TP here. This is a good one because you see how price turned up here, but I think it'll go down here, get down there for sure. All right. And I would look over to the left on the higher time frame. Let me see, I'll go to 5 minute first. Yeah, I'm gonna target this turning point here for sure. Doggone it, I dragged the wrong thing. There you go. And if the 15 minute doesn't show me anything, I'll trail it because I think it's gonna go lower. But I like this rejection here, and I want to catch it before it gets all the way to that point. All right. And I'm hoping that I got this thing right. All right. I'm going to look at it on 1 minute. All right. I do all of this. I swear to you, I do all of this, you know, switching back and forth as soon as I get an entry to set TPs. All right, and here we go. Let's see what we got. It's going down. It's going down. It's going higher. I don't like it going high. Aha! It respected the high and then shot down. Why did it do that? It took liquidity. It took this liquidity here. All right, and it took the liquidity at the top of this bearish, this order block here. All right, but it's respecting this one, so I'm good so far. All right. Oh man, look how high. This is where I started to get worried. Oh man, I'm like, oh, it's gonna tap me out. And you let it tap you out. You let it tap you out. Because if it goes up to the higher time frame order block up here, it's okay. You know, you were just wrong. Or were you right? Ha ha! This is the power of the order block. This is how you know that the order blocks are real, because they have a protected price point. All right. That's why order blocks are made. They freaking protect the highest point of the order block, and it acts as like a buffer to it. And when it comes that close and then it goes down and respects it, you know that you're in a good, you're in a solid, you picked a solid one. All right, this was the one that had the selling orders in it. And you see it was tested here, mitigated here, and multiple mitigations, but there was enough selling orders in there for price to mitigate and find the liquidity to move to more significantly lower, and the rest should play out like history. That's the way I go through a whole lot to catch trades like this. That's the way I do it. I go to the higher time frames. I look for order blocks from the past session and see if there's one that price might want to revisit. I want to make sure I have a good handle on the bias from the higher time frames. Is the higher time frame trying to make a higher high or a higher low? You know, is it in conflict? Does it correlate with the macro time frames, like the 4 hour? All right, that's what I want to know, and I want to go with that. All right, and because the higher time frames set the target for the lower time frames. All right, and what would make me hold this trade? Goes to trade management. What would make me hold this trade? What would make me hold the trade is if price has not given me an indication that it's trying to transition from bearish to bullish. All right, so far I don't get that indication at all. All right, so why would I get out of the trade? I'm going to let it run. I'm going to let it run. As long as it continues to fall, you know, that's cool. Even considering pullbacks. What would make you say, oh, well, let me get out of it. I don't want to deal with a full pullback. No, pullbacks got to deal with bearish order blocks. Okay. And those aren't reasons. Let me get this right. Those aren't reasons to pull out. You know, price breaks structure to the downside. You expect some pullbacks, but you have to, in order to get the big money, you gotta stomach. You gotta have the stomach for this. You gotta be built for the patience to hold a trade through a big pullback, even if it comes up in here. You just got to know that you caught the right bias, and you have to know that your analysis is on point. It got you this far. Now you might say, "Hey man, I'm at 12 point, almost at 13 R. That's enough." Well, that could be enough. Take your money out now and leave a 10% runner. You would be very surprised at how much that could add on to what you already secured. Look at this. Look at this pullback. Look at the rejection. Look at the rejection wicks and whatnot, and the exhaustion here. You know, these are the things you got to read so that you can say, hey man, I can stay in this trade. You get my point? It didn't come down here, reject, and then come down here to the same point and get through it for no reason. These up moves before the down moves create order blocks, and you judge them by what did it do after it formed. Did price leave with some aggression, or did price kind of meander down? This one was aggressive, so you know there's selling orders here. Price is going to come up, mitigate that box, and come back down. That's it. You just got to know those things. That's all. And you got to trust them. Trust your order block. Trust that point of the price point, which is protected, the protected price point. Thank you. Trust it. Trust it. Look at this. Look for your transitions. Look for your transitions, your head and shoulders, your Quasimodos. Look for them, and you'll find it. All right. Now, that's what that was the trade of the day. Actually, that was the trade you should have caught, and you should have held on to that thing. You should have left a runner on it, and you would have got like 1 to 20. All right, 1 to 20. That means if you put $100 on there, you got 2,000 at the end of the day. All right. And it went sideways too. But the trade I caught today, I will show you briefly, quickly. I caught this during London. When I woke up, I just happened to see it. I saw it price have a break of structure to the top side, and it came back down, right? It came back down, made a higher low. I said, uh-oh, wait a minute. Higher high, higher low, higher high. You know, I'm looking like, oh, okay, we got structure going up. Do I see price transitioning? Yes, because it broke structure. It actually had a close above here, snatched that liquidity from this top. And as it was coming down, I said, I bet you it's going to make a higher low. That means it's going to touch this order block. And that's exactly what it did. Came up. I didn't get in here, which would have been the better entry, of course, because I wasn't sure. It came back. It came back when it made this bullish engulfer. I said it's probably going to want to test this base candle. I'm going to catch that, and that's exactly what it did. And I caught it on the way up, and I targeted these lows. Then I moved my TP. Right? You see, I have this 3R here. I wanted to make sure I got 3R secured and leave a runner. All right. Well, it went up, touched here, and I said, you know what? I'm getting out of this because I saw it come back. And as it came back, I took everything out. So that was my trade. All right. But it was the reason why I took it out is because I wanted to have fresh eyes for new session. This is the New York Open. And what I did was I saw price tap this order block on the lower time frame. Let's see. Yeah, I had it here. Actually, I think this is I think this was a 2 minute. I'm wondering why I had it whittled down over here so much. But I had it here and I was looking for price to transition. Price came here, tapped it once, tapped it twice, tapped it 3 times, and it wouldn't go any lower. So I was like hesitant, you know what I mean? Because I didn't see a full transition of price. All right. Then it broke structure to the upside. And I was like, oh, okay, wait a minute now. And what happened? What happened here? Price gives the transition. And that's all you needed. Actually, I wrote that wrong. Let's move that here. All right. Price gave the left shoulder, gave the head. I put it in an order block. I had the whole candle like I normally do. And I said, price is probably going to want to come up and test that, test the head, which really means it's going to test this base candle. And it came up, tested the base candle. All right. And this would have been the optimal trade entry. This would have been the optimal trade right here. You know, because I had gotten 3R already, I didn't take the trade. All right. I went on to take GU and I took GU instead, took a short. I caught the one bullish candle in a bear just before it dropped, and it caught my stop loss. And as soon as it caught my stop loss, it dropped. Okay, so I took a loss after this hit. Full disclosure. All right, that's because I had my stop loss a little. I had it in stop hunt territory apparently. So you live and you learn. But this was the optimal trade entry, and this was really a layup, folks. Tapped, you don't jump in that because you don't see any transition of price. Tap, this one didn't show a head. It just shows a double top. All right, and that's not the way I trade. Take double tops, triple tops. I don't trade that way. All right. Then this one wicked down below these. All right, it didn't give me a close below it, so I didn't take it. Then this one came up, right? So I'm like, this is a triple top. What am I supposed to do with this? You know what I mean? This is not my trade style. Then it wicked down below that one, taking more liquidity. So I'm thinking price might just shoot on up. Price did shoot up. Price came up and collected all of this liquidity. Whenever you see relative high, equal highs or relative equal lows, whether it's double tops, triple tops, or quadruple tops, you know you can bet your bottom dollar 9 times out of 10, price will come up here, take the liquidity for people who took shorts and people who are looking for breakout trades to take longs and got pending orders there. That's what price will do. Price built up the liquidity, came up, swept them all the way over, all the way, right? Took all of that. And then came down, right? So I'm not exactly looking at this as a left shoulder at that time. I'm not exactly looking at it as a head, because I'm wondering, is price going to give me my break? You know, I want to see lows being broken. That's what I want to see. And then price coming back up. That's what I need. I need to see a little daylight. That's what gets me going. Well, on the 1 minute time frame, you can imagine price did come down, didn't break a bunch of lows. It broke, it did come back up. It respected that 1 minute order block up there, broke that low, right? But I was hoping I'm looking for price to break lower. You know, I'm looking for these lows to get hit and then come back up. it did break down. It did break down to here. And I was waiting for that return to impulse. It didn't make it up. It didn't make it up there. And maybe if I would have marked it out a little differently, maybe, that I would have thought that, but no, it didn't. It didn't come back up for me. So I missed this train, and I wasn't going to jump in just at any point. So that was my story. Anyway, I hope you benefited from this. This is for my journal, so I'm just sharing it with you. I'm hoping that you can develop your eye through these videos and see how to catch this New York Open trades that are available. I will see you in the next video. Check out more New York session trade breakdowns that I have on your screen right now, and I will see you in the next one. All right, trade safely.